I think we're live. One more time on my channel. My name is Sucharita, and I have collected my poor, tired, dejected friends who happen to be film critics. Joining me today one more time is Rahul Desai. Hi, Rahul.
Hi.
And Ishita
Not so
Sengupta.
tired.
Hello.
Hi.
You're not so tired.
No, it's Tuesday. Even the film released on Sunday, so it felt like a Friday. So my whole body is in shock right now.
थोड़ा सा stagger हो गया ना इस week. Little
हाँ,
bit
stagger हो
staggered it is.
गया. So in my head right now, today is Sunday. Like because I'm used to Friday releases. So कुछ काम
So
नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
our friend Uday Bhatia had promised us that he was going to join us. Now,
Hmm.
I think I failed to mention to him that we are going live at 9 p.m. So I've messaged him. If he looks at his
Well
phone,
done.
he's going to come and join us. Um, if he looks at his phone, he'll join us. And if he doesn't look at his phone, it's just us talking about it. All right. So, first of all,
Huh.
the two films that we've seen this week is you guys haven't seen Empuraan. I watched Empuraan, and that's why I need Uday to be here to back me up on this. Okay, he's responding. Oh no, I didn't tell him. Anyway, the first film we watched is Sikandar. You guys first tell your thoughts on Sikandar. Ishita, you start. Please start.
See, I feel like with Salman Khan films, I feel like the bar is on the floor. So anything is an improvement. So, like, I feel like I was getting impressed by very little things, like when Salman takes his hand outside his coat to punch the other, like Pratik Babbar. I was like, "Arey, he's moving." Because I think anything Salman does is an improvement from his last film. It's a very curious, like, he has just dismantled how we view and review films, I feel. So in my head, and to a point, I was like, I'm having fun. He's, because I think everything he was also trying to be serious was funny, because he just cannot emote anymore. I feel like,
I don't I don't know if he cannot or if he doesn't care enough to emote anymore.
yeah, probably. Maybe.
Because when he's doing like his big boss shtick, he gets damn angry or damn like उस show पे he's very expressive, all yelly and like
Yeah,
seeing like
actually, that's true. Yeah.
when in one song when he's dancing, I'm like, I was getting impressed just watching the attempt to like follow choreography. Because there is such little effort that you see coming from this massive movie star that we have in our nation. At least he's not sung a song in this film. Has he sung a song in this film? I don't know, because I feel like every Salman Khan film comes with a Salman Khan song.
Yes. No, I don't think he has. No.
Jesus Christ. Rahul, initial thoughts. Uday aa raha hai, थोड़ी देर में he's joining us, guys. Fans of Uday Bhatia, he's coming shortly. And anybody who's watching, please like this stream. ऐसे thumbs up कर दो so more people will watch. Rahul, Sikandar. Ishita's left.
Knowing Uday, he'll come like after Sikandar is over.
No, it's my fault. I didn't tell him what time to come. So he's coming. So you say.
Yeah, as Ishita said, the bar is so low that I call it Salman's theory of relativity, right? Like you keep every film is like relative, and there is no film exists in isolation anymore. So, but I did, like Ishita and me were talking, and I think she is emotionally attached to this film for some reason. She's not going to admit it here, but the
Why?
reason
I
is
can't admit
because
it. I
no,
don't have any problem.
so admit it, because you really softened to this film. She's checking box office collections and all to see if it's doing well. Because, see, honestly, we've been
What the
watching
hell?
so much shit in the last few months, and so much toxic shit. Like everything we watch is just very agenda driven and toxic and
Yeah.
morally bankrupt. So, as you know, even I wrote, and I think Ishita also wrote, I think like this is innocent bad, right? Like it's bad,
Yeah.
it's very bad, but it's just like a child kind of bad. It's the kind of thing we used to anyways watch and dismiss like 3-4 years ago, and now it just has a different context, right? Like now it's harmless, and
Yeah.
I could sit through this film. I could not sit through Nadani. I could not sit through Chava. So it's one of those things where, there's nothing new. It's a Eid release. It's Salman. Of course, the bar is low. Of course, he's just showing up. He stopped caring. As you said, I think he can act if he wants, like he did in Sultan.
Yeah.
But he chooses not to. And, you know, nobody can blame him anymore because fans are happy with the bare minimum. The country is happy with the bare minimum. People will still watch him even if he's like a green screen person himself. On like
Yeah.
he needs no plot, he needs no music, he needs no story. He can just show up on screen and be frozen for 2 hours, and people will pay, especially in Gaty Galaxy and all.
You
So
think people are
it's
paying? Do you think people really are paying now still watching to
yeah,
watch
yeah,
a Salman
people
Khan
are
film?
paying. Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe not in comparison to how it used to be.
Yeah.
Maybe pre-pandemic, the craze has died down a little because there's a new crop of like different kinds of blockbusters coming up now. But Salman's fandom still remains. Like
Yeah.
it's going nowhere. It's never going to end, and I almost find that a little endearing.
You
And
know,
here's
it's
the
like
biggest lover of a Salman film as we
Uday
speak.
Bhatia OG in the chat. नहीं, to finish your point ना Rahul, it's like Bhool Bhulaiya 3 है ना, वो भी मतलब it was not a
Huh.
very good film, but like who is it
Yeah,
hurting? It's trying
yeah.
to give out a progressive message of trans inclusiveness and like it's nice, lovely message. Terrible film, but like it's not hurting anybody. So great, I guess. Uday Bhatia, we are discussing Sikandar. We're really clutching at straws to discuss about Sikandar. Like I just mentioned Salman Khan's dancing. That's how desperate we are to find something to talk about. We've already touched upon Big Boss. Is there like, and I saw your tweet and I could feel your exasperation coming through my phone when I was like, I'm done watching Salman Khan movies. I can't keep writing the same thing over and over. Please share your thoughts with our viewers.
I liked it. It's nice.
Uday, can I just mention you just entered right now? It felt like an entry shot. Like when you came in, it's like suddenly the screen like becomes 4, and it's a better entry shot than all the 100 that Salman did have in his film. So
Arey,
If
entry shots pe we will come to Empuraan. The number of entry shots in that film is another level altogether. It's all entry shots.
yeah, only
Right
entry
till the end.
shots.
But Uday, please, yeah, please, thoda sa explain yourself. Why you like Sikandar? More power to you.
I mean, what have we covered till now? What did I miss? Have we?
Nothing. Nothing.
I
We've
mean,
covered Ishita saying that she is feeling warmly towards the film. She's following how much money it's making. Me saying that when I watch Salman Khan on Big Boss, I don't watch Big Boss, but you keep getting clips. He's more expressive on the show, so he has the ability to move his face. And him watching do choreographed dancing is like, wow, bhai is making an effort to follow instructions. That's pretty much where we are right now. राहुल ने भी कुछ बोले 2-3 pointers. कुछ खास नहीं, तू बोल ना.
क्या बोलूं? मतलब it's kind of like his last few films only. I mean, I was just going through those reviews before I started this, and I'm like, I really don't need to do much. Like, I could just put the same review basically. And yeah, I mean, it's just he's kind of given up, and but people won't give up on him, and it's a very strange situation. Like, I don't even think his films are making like a great amount of money now, the last few. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're just hanging on to like this idea of someone who was successful a while back, but the time's gone now. It's finished. Like, you have to like give him that check for career, whatever service and everything, and give him a watch and say bye bye. Time's
One
up.
shawl.
Choice.
watch
One
and
shawl
shawl.
over.
Brutal he is.
Nahi, but
yeah,
he paints quite the picture, Uday. But he's not wrong. Everything. It's just sort of reminding me of when we were growing up and like Amitabh Bachchan was still trying to hold on to action hero, romantic hero image before Mohabbatein came around. So there were those films that kept coming where even with something like what was that film yaar with Govinda? Bade Miyan, Chote Miyan. Like, it was that era of like holding on to leading heroes so desperately before deciding, all right, it's time. It's time, and that time is just doesn't seem to be coming. It's so incredible to me, man. So Amir Khan has started a YouTube channel, and it's really very interesting because there's like unreleased footage. So there was a whole video of him in character as the police officer when he was considering playing the police officer in Lapata Ladies. Great video
Yeah.
of him like saying those dialogues that eventually Ravi Kishan said, chewing pan and everything. And it's so, I feel like we got robbed of a very good Amir Khan performance. I don't know why I'm talking about Lapata Ladies, but I feel like we got robbed of a very good Amir Khan performance because that little clip of him sitting in his one office and playing out the scene is very nice. So I was on the channel, I was going through the stuff, and he has one video. I think it's on his channel or it's on Sajid Nadiad wala channel. I think it's on Sajid Nadiad wala channel. Anyway, those lines got crossed. And I went on the video, and it's Amir, Salman, and A.R. Murugadas sitting. I think they're at Salman's house, I think, because Salim Khan also comes in after point, so I don't think they can be very far from where he lives. And they are discussing, because they've all worked with each other. They've both worked with Murugadas, and historic achievement, the first Indian Hindi film to cross the 100 crore mark at the box office was Amir and Murugadas's Gajni. So they're discussing and things, and it is really so painful to watch that conversation because none of them is talking anything substantial. I'm like, these are three stalwarts, quote unquote, and this like 20-minute conversation, there's not an iota of substance I can find here. Murugadas unfortunately just keeps giggling because he's a fan, so sure, that's the energy he's projecting. But like Amir sir this and Salman sir that, and poor Amir Khan really does try to steer a conversation and get some answers out of these. They themselves have nothing substantial to say about the film. This film is about nothing. There is no meaning to it. There's no weight to it. If the actors and the director themselves nothing have anything to say about the film, it was just, my heart broke watching that conversation. It has some millions of views on YouTube.
Yeah. I think the kindest thing one could say about this film is what Rahul had kind of mentioned, that it's at least it's agendaless. Like, it's not vicious, it's not hard edged, it's not he really but that's also like a kind of an indictment. Like, it's not about anything. Like, it has no purpose really, which is why it's not offending also.
Yeah, I mean, at least the film, in a world where we are living, where Rohit Shetty cop universe is a thing, a film does try to show you that not all cops are great people, like not all law enforcement people are great people. I don't know.
Yeah. Rashmika?
Ishita has thoughts on Rashmika Mandana and her body of work.
Rashmika.
I am writing a piece on her, and I
Can you
watched
share
Mama
a little
today.
bit right now? I know you're not at liberty to explain.
No,
Thoda
I'm
sa.
still right. No, just like I was thinking about like Uday, and I was talking to him also. Like, she's just a classic example of men writing women in a way. The worst example. I don't think good writers write female characters this bad. Also, she just makes like consciously a choice to be like the foot soldier of patriarchy. Like, it is amazing. Today I was watching Chava. First of all, I walked out of that film because it was so bad. But it's just at some point she tells Vicky Kaushal's character that she wants to be his mother in his next birth. What is
Welcome to the club. A little late, but I'm glad you're here.
Do you guys remember there was a viral video of some influencer who wrote a poem about Vladimir Putin? And the poem was, "I'm sorry you are not my son," or "I'm sorry I'm not your mother." Because then she goes on to say, it's so cringe. She goes on to say things like, "I would have loved you and you would not have grown up to become this bad person." So it immediately reminded me of that poem, where this woman was like, "I'm sorry I'm not your mother." This, like, I think came out 2 years ago or something. It's like classic, like, liberal way of dealing with fascism. "I'm sorry I'm not your mother." Uday, you have some thoughts that are ready to escape your lips. Say.
No, she was saying something in this film also about, "I'm not good enough to be your wife," or something. "He took me in when like no one would marry me," and I'm not good enough for him, so I'm grateful that he keeps me around and
And you
everything.
never really find out what happened. Like what happened that nobody was ready to marry her, do you?
No, they
No,
don't. They don't show it.
I'm
No.
assuming it was something that, either they were told by the censors or they were quietly told by the studio or something that this will not fly. Who knows
Yeah,
what it
there is some
was.
tragedy in Rashmika Mandana's character's past, जिसकी वजह से Sikandar bhai marries her, but you never really find out what the tragedy is.
Sikandar.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like the film itself doesn't have any like kuch. mat-
Also, she always looks a little hypnotized. Like
Yeah.
I think she doesn't realize. I don't know. Like she doesn't realize what she's saying. Types. Her eyes are always glazed, and
She's
then she keeps
mesmerized by
saying
the men
things like,
around her who
"Yes,
saved her.
yes," all the time. Even in Chava today, she was mesmerized.
Yeah,
That's
Step,
her.
it's
Stepford wife. She's like a
Yes.
yeah,
Stepford wife, but happy with her life. Like,
yeah. Don't worry, darling.
yeah.
कि मतलब dystopia में रह रहे हैं and she doesn't quite know. We have a question for you guys. Rahul,
Oh God.
you not
I don't see
See,
it.
Uday is in denial about this, and I've just accepted it now.
I'm gonna put you
But
guys side by side. 1 second.
unnecessary. Actually, the beard, I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
Rahul's getting
Sorry, I
like
just
a
had to.
Oh,
lot of gray now. Also, earlier at least it was like mine was significantly
Ishita,
grayer.
you
wow, they've really abandoned us here.
Have they like literally gone
no,
away?
we were taking a
I think
screenshot.
they're I think they're pushing the okay because ये तो काफी like putting us
yeah.
together for so long
I was taking
alone,
a photo of both of you all in the.
We had to screenshot this moment. Thanks for that
right?
question. Randomly yours it was awesome.
Yeah.
Rahul, I'm sorry, I'm not your brother.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
I'm sorry, I'm not your brother.
That's the
Nice.
weirdest thing someone has said to me, but I like it.
Nice, nice. It's a callback to I'm sorry, I'm not your mother that we were just
Oh, cool,
discussing.
nice. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so Sai Krishna is asking, is it true that Sikandar finished shooting on March 15? So I read and reread various reports on various websites, and I think principal photography was done in January, and I think they were doing patch up shoots. And I read this on like not just on their Wikipedia page because you always cross-reference anything you read on Wikipedia, but on other websites where it was reported as well that 15th of March was when the patch-up shoots happened, and then it released on 30th of March, which if it had turned out well, I would have been so impressed by. Like, more power, good for you, people working overtime through the nights. But it did unfortunately not turn out well. I have to say, I enjoyed the title track of the film. Like, I like the man singing, like they're singing in a live pandal, live performance on the street, that vibe of it that Preetham has given that song. I enjoyed it. Like hands, like without any
The
compunctions. I
one
really
that
enjoyed
keeps
the title
coming
track.
through the film, like they like whenever he's doing something,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
beating
I
someone
think
up,
it's
basically.
yeah. उसकी vibe बड़ी सही है. It feels like it's somebody singing on a microphone वाला ट्रक के ऊपर चढ़ के सड़क के बीच में. वो the programming is very nice.
Wow, it
Yeah.
didn't even occur to me, man. Like, I stopped
वही है ना?
hearing stuff after a while.
We were
I think
Were
searching for
there
things to like.
were there people like in your screenings like was there a crowd and stuff? I'm assuming
It was
Bombay
like
would have still more.
half full.
Yeah.
In the morning show, normally it used to be like packed. At least back in the day, it was surprising. Actually, not that surprising. I don't think a lot of people were reacting to the film either. In fact, like only towards the end, people started cheering because obviously they paid like money to come to watch something or the other. So yeah, it felt very reluctant.
But
Wow.
but I feel like they really wanted to cheer. Like it was really kind of sad because they were so
Yeah,
starved of seeing something which they could cheer on. So they were just
yeah.
like clapping on whatever they could. Yeah.
Uday, how about you in Delhi?
Not many, like 15, 20 people, I think, in total. And couple of them had come like with the idea of cheering, but they just, like as Ishita said, they just weren't finding stuff to like get excited about, which is like a huge indictment because like fans, if you're diehard fans of an actor, you'll cheer anything. Like you just need
Yeah.
to give thoda sa, kuch to de do. Like film was
Yeah.
so, it's just so like bereft of anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm saying now, like the director himself didn't have anything to say about the film. When Amir Khan asked him, "Ki, acha, so what is this film about?" He said it's a love story about a man and a woman. And then Salman says, actually, it's about this man who is a king everywhere he goes. Every room he enters, he's a king. And I'm like, this is really like.
I wish they did stuff with like Ghost Rashmika. That would have been nice. Like that one scene where she turns up, he's drinking, and she turns up suddenly by his side and everything. And so this is slightly funny.
Very
Because-
Aishwarya Rai Mohabbatein coded.
Yeah, that holy scene is straight out of Mohabbatein.
Humko hami-
And Rahul is like, don't go there, don't go there early in the morning. I said, Rahul, it's fine.
Yeah, I think there is a kernel of a very interesting little indie film in here about a person who loves a woman and then she donates her organs and then he goes to find the people who got the organs, whatever, like a quirky little indie. But the Salman Khanification of it just doesn't work. Everybody who's in the chat right now, if you guys can hear me properly, because last time a lot of people said that they couldn't hear me in the video. So if you guys can hear me properly, please mention. And if you can't hear me properly, tell me. I'll change my microphone. ये साई कृष्णा रुक जा यार 40 रुपए देके ट्रोल कर रहा है बंदा.
Rahul, share your skincare routine. Oh wow, this
Please,
is
Rahul.
amazing. Is it
Share your
like a
skincare routine.
compliment? Is this supposed to be a compliment?
Yeah, you're glowing, babe. Look at you.
Oh. For someone who's never
Share
used
na.
a product in his life. I wash my face twice a day. That's about it. And I
40
swim.
रुपए देके.
So this is all chlorine. This is chlorine. Like this is. I think this is the effect.
Ishita, you were saying something before I cut you off for Rahul's skincare routine.
I forgot.
Achha,
What was
koi
the...
baat.
I was thinking about the Salman retirement conundrum that not a conundrum, but like what Uday mentioned. I feel like
Haan.
the three superstars are right now probably not a good thing to exist right now for Bollywood, because I think Salman won't go anywhere until Shah Rukh is around, and neither will go anywhere because the other two are around. It's like athletes willing to call it a day even though they are way past their prime because their rivals are still around. And I feel because of these three and this aura that they've built, there's an entire generation of younger people like Vicky Kaushal and Ranbir Kapoor who are so desperate to achieve what they have that they are doing the most toxic shit and riding the waves of various agendas to reach where Shah Rukh is or Salman is. And what they don't realize is it's not possible. That happened from another era, from the 90s and all. And I feel like this entire superstar aura that still exists, and the older stars keep also like dropping hints, right? Taunting, like that Pathan scene, saying, these young people, maybe they make jokes out of it, like the Amir and Ranbir current IPL ad campaign that's going on. I know it's like all jokey and fun, but I think that's the problem with the stardom in this country right now, because this taunting between the senior generation and the younger generation, I think nobody is winning because nobody is acting. Salman he can continue for the next 20 years as an action star, and nobody's going to say anything. It's not like he's going to start playing roles that like Amitabh played in Mohabbatein once he realized he was over the hill. So yeah, it's just a vicious cycle. It's not going to end anytime soon.
Uday, you respond to that. I'm going to take a moment to change my microphone in the interim. Please talk about what Rahul has just said.
I mean, I think with Salman, the problem is more because he'll frankly only do action films. The others at least have other gears. Salman has comedy, he's kind of like let that go. And he hasn't really, like, unfortunately, the I thought the two films of his that have been the most best in the last 10 years, which is Sultan and Bharat, I think both of them didn't do like spectacularly well. Sultan did fine, I think. I don't know how Bharat, and he's had like a couple of other films that didn't do well at all. Tube Light, I don't think did well. And so it kind of he just his default is to do the action film, but action cinema in India has moved beyond him. It's a very different kind of action cinema. Like even the bad films are that like they look very different. They're kind of harder edged kind of thing. He can't do that anymore. Like it's just he just doesn't have it in him anymore. He won't put in the effort, obviously. Shahrukh at least will put in the effort, because he put it in, you get like a Pathan, a Jawan, and all that. But Salman's beyond putting in effort. So I don't see how it can work out. For the other two, they'll either adapt or they'll just work so hard that it might work for another 4 years. But with Salman, it just, I can't see it.
I think the audio that's muffled is coming. Where is that audio coming from? जब पीछे कुछ तो भी चल रहा है, नहीं?
I can't hear anything.
No? Okay.
No.
Anyway, fuck it. But है ना, some sort of feedback is coming. I don't know from where. But you guys can hear me properly. Please chat में बता दो दोस्तों if you guys can hear me properly, or is it just me? My ears are ringing. I don't know what's happening. Chat में बता दो दोस्तों. Ishita, how do you respond to Uday's comments?
1 second. I was trying to mute myself and see if it helps. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like what Uday said also about the action. I feel like even now, even the mid films have good action sequences. Like at least like the Sonu Sood film, which he did, which was not great, but it was very well executed action-wise. So what we expect from an action star has also changed and transformed, I think, in the last couple of years. And with Salman, I feel like his physicality right now is like a hindrance. It's no longer, it doesn't add to the set pieces for me, because it just feels like everything has to be designed around him so that it makes it, he doesn't add to the action, is what I felt. And it's a little sad to watch, because I mean it's a little sad. I think that's why also I'm a little like emotionally invested in the whole like the whole Sikandar box office, because I feel like it's just an end of an era also. Like we always kind of knew it's kind of done for him, but when I watched Sikandar, I felt like this is probably the end. Like I don't see any other way of him getting better than this.
Rahul, 1 second, just mute yourself for 1 second. I'm going to see if it's coming from your end. Hello, sound check. Rahul Desai is the culprit. Rahul Desai is the culprit of this whole thing. Headphones हटा आपने. Headphones हटा. है ना? This is coming. So much better. My God. Now speak.
Now is it fine?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I think there's echoing.
Fine.
ये Rahul Desai
There is
की तरफ
echo.
से आ रहा है. I think your headphone jack was not fitting properly into the phone or some shit like that. Now it's clean. Manjeet Singh is saying thank you. हाँ हो गया दोस्तों हो गया.
Not getting any.
This is not a good advertisement for Redmi phones.
Fifth year,
You really-
fifth year.
Of the same phone.
Yes. Don't
This
even.
is- Welcome to the exciting world of being a film critic. Do you really think, Ishita, this is the end of an era for Salman Khan? Do you think this is going to deter him and other filmmakers from casting him? Because this is one of the most expensive Hindi films ever made, which was shocking to me, because when I started reading about it, 200 crores is the figure that's going around. Some people said 400 crores. I don't know what the real figure is, nor do I care. But the fact that somebody is really willing to put that much money on this script, on this, is shocking to me. Do you think suddenly, because this one film doesn't work, it's going to change? But his films have not worked in the past. That has not changed anything.
No, but I feel like whenever it didn't work, there was a patch when it was not working, and I think he kind of made his segue to become an action star the time around Wanted, and then there was like a slew of hits, right? And now I just don't see, like as Uday said, that his comic, he was probably good at it at some point, like the no entry days and all that has rusted because he doesn't do it much. So I like if he even shifts his gears, where does he go from here? That's the thing. Like, and he's like, we saw him as an romantic lead, which was really bad. So then where does he go?
He just shows up. I don't think he needs to do anything. I don't even look at these films as action films anymore. Like I just look at it as Salman movies. That's the genre. Like there is nothing else.
My
He
God.
can do the same
Say,
thing.
say.
You know as the biggest headache? It's YRF
Yeah.
because they're stuck with him. They'll have to like pull the
Spy
plug.
Universe.
Like Tiger 3 was terrible. It was awful. And I mean, it's but they're not showing any signs of cutting him loose. They're the people who'll have to do it first. Like then you could really start saying that it might be over. But he founded that house in a way, like it's his house. He built it,
Kabir
sort
Khan.
of. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be a symbolic thing if they kind of like, I don't know, killed him off or something. But
I
it,
doubt it.
Did you guys notice in many scenes the screen was sort of warping around him on the frame? Like they had CGI-ically slimmed him down. I noticed like a bunch of times. Like the screen got wobbly around his frame, which I was like, that's just so sad, yeah. It's so sad.
I don't
I honestly quite enjoy his cameo.
what
Rahul and Ishita दोनों अटक गए हैं. We're going to give them a moment to get back online.
the voice
Yeah.
is glitching.
Yeah, you're both stuck. I have you guys here in the background. Please try to figure it out and come back. No worries. तुम्हारा सिर्फ इंटरनेट ग्लिच हो रहा है. आ जाओ, कोई बात नहीं. नहीं, जैसे you know how you see sometimes people post photoshopped photos and you can see the wall behind them is like circular around their butt. And I felt like I saw that happen on screen. And then there's obviously people taking, you know, recording things in the theater and saying like ये तो भाई का body नहीं है, भाई का face है, which is a technology that filmmakers have actually said that they've used in films earlier with I remember there was an Akshay Kumar film where he wasn't really there riding the horse, but they made him look like he was riding a horse, I think Kesari or something, whatever.
Prithviraj.
Yeah, whatever, one of those interchangeable Akshay Kumar nationalistic action films. But it just made me very sad also. But like, do you really think so? Amir Khan is making now Sitare Zameen Par. Do you guys have heard anything about Sitare Zameen Par? What it is about? Is it even a sequel or is it just the same title that they're sort of reusing? नहीं पता ना कुछ भी?
No, I don't think it's a sequel. It's probably an adaptation of some film,
Yeah.
which is
You go back
some
and watch.
cable child.
You go back and watch like Madness in the Desert, and because I was on that Amir Khan YouTube channel thing and they had clips from Madness in the Desert on and I'm like, this is a movie star who knows how to make movies, who knows how to tell Indian stories and, you know, tell them at scale also. And when you look at movies like Delhi Belly and Secret Superstar, tell them in an indie format also. Like, why can't we have this back? I just want to watch another Lagan. I don't care about how much money you're spending. Spend 200, 300, 400 crores. But I want to watch a Lagan. Is it even possible anymore to make a film like that, despite the fact that chalo, there is a big, massive movie star fronting it, but it's a film that doesn't have like action or whatever? Do you think it's even possible to make a film like Lagan right now? Will someone fund it?
I mean, honestly, Amir is the only one who has the ambition or who shows the ambition to do something on that scale because he tried it with Lal Singh Chadda. It didn't work, sure. But again, you know, that's still way more significant than any of the other Khans I've tried in the last 10 years, right? I think he's the only one who would try, but I don't think those kind of films are anyways made anymore because there are no directors like that anymore. There's nobody with vision anymore, right? So yeah, actors wise, producers wise, maybe I'd say Amir he's still the most ambitious of them for me. The others are sort of, I feel like Shah Rukh and Salman are still very much chasing the superstar sort of status thing that's going on. But Amir still cares, you know, for better or worse, I feel. And I don't know what Sitare Zameen Par is. I don't know what the next few years look like. But I still expect a little more from him than the other two.
Javed Akhtar said this in a conversation that he just had with Amir Khan at one, you know, the Amir Khan Film Festival that just happened for his birthday. And Javed Akhtar said this, that I paraphrase that the best Amir Khan film he's making right now. It's going to come out soon. You're going to see it. Something along those lines. I'm like, that's endorsement good enough for me. I don't know if he was talking about Sitare Zameen Par or if he was talking about something else. Uday, thoughts?
I don't know whether, I mean, I think, yeah, I don't think we have the directors with vision also to make like a Lagan kind of film. But even lesser Lagans that have been made in recent times, I'm trying to think of films which have scope and like
Jigra.
kind of breadth and all that, but which are, have a slightly kind of positive, sort of bring your whole family kind of vibe to them. They haven't done very well. Lal Singh Chadda didn't do well. Donkey didn't do well. Chandu Champion from last year, which I thought was pretty good,
Yeah.
that didn't do well at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's the appetite. So some of these, obviously, like none of these films are Lagan level.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if there is like, people want to see that or they just want to see like Hava.
So there's some person who's asking in the chat, why are we guys stuck on Lagan? We are stuck on Lagan because we are right now having a conversation about the big movie stars of Hindi cinema, what they have done earlier, what they are doing right now, and what we are thinking is going to come up next, or what we are hoping is going to come up next. And Lagan is just a perfect example of a movie star being a movie star in Hindi cinema. It doesn't get more movie starry than that. Like mounting a film like that he opens his own production house to create and enable and make happen, and then the film does the international circuit. I think it opened at Rotterdam or one of the international film festivals, and then like Amir told in my interview last with him, said that it did go to some international film festival in Europe. I think it was Rotterdam, but I could be wrong. Because I don't know, like to your point, I can't think of a film that has come out recently that has the scale, that has the money, and that has the invitation for the whole family to come to the theaters to watch it. Sikandar was just so blatantly trying to get in on the manosphere of things with like maar, kaat, violence. Oh God, there's one sequence where he and his, oh my God, his fucking, sorry, guards who sleep in silk pajamas. My God, I burst out laughing. There was a scene where he's woken up from his sleep because the khadan ka jo caretaker hai, he has come running and said ki some ghapla has happened. Rajaji, 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 and Rajaji wakes up and Sharman Joshi wakes up, and the 4 bodyguards of Rajaji also wake up, and they're all wearing silk pajamas. It is so funny with monogrammed, like it's so silly. But what was the point I was trying to make? So in one scene towards the end in the climax, him and his pajama wearing cronies, they make shish kebabs out of actual people. Like they skewer people on a big thing, and it's not even done properly. Like the choreography is really iffy. It's not impressive to even look at as an action sequence. And the desperation to show violence for the sake of showing violence because that's what people want to see right now. It's disgusting. It's so gross. I don't know. What do you guys think about the violence in this film for like no freaking reason? Sweet story. My wife has died. Organs are donated. I just want to go meet people, and then suddenly fucking kaato, maro, khoon nikalo.
I found that also a bit creepy. Why will you go and look at people who took your wife's organs? Like, what is wrong with that?
And why does he go in a
Nobody-
train? Someone tell
That is
me.
not even
Nobody
ethical.
said that. Nobody said that about Ship of Pieces, no. But
Why does he go on the train? Yeah. Why does he not take his car?
Yeah.
Why does he have to have a taxi?
oh, that was great. Like he had a taxi and a train and like such a nice middle class king. Yeah, like I actually now that you mention the violence, I didn't even notice it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I zoned out.
It's
for
so
most of
badly
it.
done. It doesn't register. It just registers because it's there. It's very badly done. Yeah, Gaurav has just reminded us that Amir is also doing the next Rajkumar Santoshi film, which is very interesting because Sunny Deol is in that film, and it is based on a play Jinne Lahore Ni Vekhya Wo Jamya Nahi. The film is called Lahore 1947, I think. That's what it's called, right? Ali Fazal,
Oh,
I
wow.
think, is also in it.
I'm already nervous for him. Yeah.
Because Rajkumar Santoshi is a He's made one, like we were discussing this last time we were together, right? The four of us, that he's
Yeah.
made, in my humble opinion, the best Hindi film of all time ever, Andaz Apna Apna. But also there's been so many swings and so many misses since. Any other thoughts that we have on this? Nothing, no?
Oh,
Nothing
also
more to-
last thing
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to
Say na,
say
please say.
that I found it really funny that the film was trying to make commentaries on alpha male, and because Salman's entire career rests on being an alpha male. So him saying things like, and he was so confused that for the
Yeah.
longest time I didn't know what the film stand is, because I mean Salman refused to say it. Like, I didn't even know what that whole there was this character who probably wanted to be a homemaker, was not allowed to be a homemaker, she wanted to work. It was all very confusing.
Wait,
So
who
yeah,
wanted to be a homemaker? Rashmika wanted to be a homemaker.
Rashmika has
No,
always
Rashmika
wanted to be a
always wants to
homemaker.
be a homemaker. That's fine.
The other one who had the eyes, I forgot
Oh,
her name.
Kajal Agarwal.
Kajal Agarwal.
Kajal Agarwal, yeah.
Yeah. So at some point, her brother or whoever was telling Salman, there are some women who doesn't like to work. They want to work. Or they want to stay at home. Then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, does she want to be a housewife? And then Kajal is like, no, I want to make papad. So I'm like, okay, what is this song?
Yeah, I
So
didn't
I,
understand it either.
yeah, the film was I think Salman just refused.
Yeah. And I
So yeah.
think they just didn't understand each other while they were making the film. Salman Khan wanted to make a Salman Khan film, and I
Yeah, I
don't know
think
what
so.
kind of film A.R. Murugadas wanted to make. I just feel really bad for him because he seems like a sweet fellow. You see him in interviews and you see him like in press conferences, and he's always smiling, he's always giggling, and he's always like hee hee ha ha, and he seems really sweet. And I just feel really bad that that this film got made the way it got made. Everybody who's watching us right now, we have over 400 people watching us right now. How wonderful. Please click the like button underneath this, because the more likes a video gets, the farther it travels. My Chava video has gotten so many down votes, it's unreal. And that video has more comments than it has views. It's insane. What do you think about the teaser of Abir Gulal? I haven't seen the teaser of Abir Gulal. That's the film that Fawad Khan is coming back to Bollywood with. Vani Kapoor is in it. Have you guys seen it? Look at Ishita's face. She's so happy. Have you seen the teaser?
I am on my PMS. It has made me feel a lot better. That's all I will
Okay.
say. Fawwad's face really helped. It's really nice to see him. And he's
Did
singing
you
and
watch?
all. It's really nice. Yeah,
Did
I
you
watched.
watch that series? That just
Yeah.
came out on Z.
Barzakh.
What was
Yeah,
Barzakh?
Yeah.
He's a delightful actor to watch on
He's
screen.
very good, yeah.
So delightful. Okay, now let us move on, because enough, yaar. I can't believe we spent this long talking about Sikandar. But let us now talk about Empuraan. Uday, you watched the film. I watched the film. Rahul and Ishita haven't yet. They're yet to watch it. And I will go straight off the bat. I'll say I have not seen Lucifer, and that's why I wasn't gonna go watch Empuraan, because I was like, I'm not gonna understand it. But then I read the promotional material around the film, and they've designed it to be a standalone film. It's not designed to be. That's what the film's promotion said. That it's not designed to be an exact sequel. It's just a second installment in the trilogy that they're making. So I went and I watched it, and I felt like I haven't seen the first one, but am I missing things? Tell me.
I mean, I saw it. I hadn't seen it either, so I saw it the evening before
Yeah.
I was going to see Empuraan.
Yeah.
It is useful, but it's not essential.
Yeah.
Like, all you really needed to know was that he was a political figure in the state. He's also revealed to be like part of this crime cartel, head of this crime cartel, which is like painfully obvious to the first film. They revealed it at the end, and that he disappears at the end, like in a sort of Batman Dark Knight kind of way. And then Empuraan kind of takes up some years after that and all that. So it's not essential. It's kind of useful, but not very. I mean, it's I don't think you would have missed too much.
Yeah. Vaishnav is also saying that as someone who's seen both, I definitely recommend watching the first one. I'm going to. I plan to watch Lucifer.
Yeah, I think first one's a better film overall.
I see.
Empuraan is probably more important for reasons that I guess we'll get to.
We'll get into
But
now. So they have edited the film. So I went and watched the film because I was actually waiting to watch Lucifer, and then I was like, first I'm going to watch Lucifer. But then when I heard that they are going to re-edit the film, I just wanted to watch it before the edits happened. So I ran, got the first show available, and watched it right before I watched Sikandar. So my day was like Empuraan, Sikandar back to back. But what a day. But like so much machismo. I was looking at this thumbnail that I've made for this conversation, just like, wait, hang on, just like look at it. Look at it. It's like men doing men things, killing, murder, avenge. So I need to like watch some great British baking show to wash this off my psyche. But I was sitting the first 30 minutes of the film with my mouth wide open. I couldn't believe that Prithviraj Sukumaran went there. And you expect a commentary on, the things that the film's talking about from smaller films that go to festivals and then no one really hears about. Films like Jhini Bini Chadariya that has been in the making for a while, and then it came out on a completely independent pay-as-you-go platform, Movie Saints, that like 5 people watched. You don't expect a commentary, especially on something that is as volatile and as controversial as the 2002 Gujarat riots, to come from a film that has 2 of the biggest movie stars of the country. Now, I was wondering, because I went and watched the film after this whole controversy broke out that they're going to have to re-edit it and whatever. And I was like, it's not possible, right? That they've written the film and they've made the film and they've readied it and they've got the censor certificate without thinking that this can potentially happen. That this is going to piss some people off. Obviously, that doesn't happen. So like, is this seriously an act of resistance? And were they already like, when this controversy happens, we are going to put out an apology, don't worry about it. But at least for 5 days, it's going to be about what the film is about. And then the 6th day onward, people will see whatever version they want to see. I don't know. What do you think of that? Do you really think that they were caught off guard and unawares that this has happened? Asked for more cuts?
no, but my best guess is that they thought that it'll be like a Malayalam watching audience thing, and it won't escape its containment zone so much, which I think was a bad guess on their part, because it was always going to, I think, irrespective of whether the film was a hit or not, given this subject matter, it was always going to be a national debate, given the way that they were showing it. It's not
Yeah.
a subtle thing at all. It's like 20 or 20, 25 minutes
25
of
minutes.
absolute
Carnage.
like visceral violence, and very clear, like they're not at all hiding what it is. They show they don't say it's Gujarat, I think, but it's very clear they have a train burning before that, and then the mob descends, and it's very thing. The villain is called Baba Bajrangi instead of Babu Bajrangi, but it's like it's basically exactly the same thing. So I think maybe they thought that it'll, Kerala mein hi rahega, and it won't become a whole national issue, and then they kind of I don't know. Then they were kind of guaranteed by someone ki if it becomes an issue, we'll take care of you, and then those people got cold feet. But I don't think making this, they could have gotten into it thinking that it's not going to create like a problem, because it's very, very clear.
And I'm just going to guess, but I think about 20% of the dialogue is in Hindi. Because Babu Bajrangi is speaking in Hindi in the film. And, that wonderful actor who plays his subordinate, what's his name? Wait, I'm going to look it up. Oh my goodness.
He's really good. I have it in my Sukant Goel.
Sukant. What a phenomenal actor, and he's been around for a while.
He's the guy in the Arjun, the Dibakar film.
The Dibakar film.
In the
Pinky Farrar, Sandeep or Pinky Farrar.
Pinky Farrar. Yeah.
He plays the bank guy, and he does these like, Napoleon complex villains very well. Like, small guy and was like bad person, and like but I think like otherwise as well. Having seen some, he was in that Kashyap film also with Tapsi Pannu, the time travel
Yeah.
film that they made.
Loop
So he's
Lapeta.
no, not Loop Lapeta.
No, no.
The other
Oh, got it. The Kashyap.
Tapsi did 2 time travel films in one
Yes,
year.
yes.
So the other one, not Lubla Beta. And
Subhana.
Sukant is a phenomenal actor, right? And so the first 20 minutes of the film are in Hindi because they're all happening in Gujarat. And then anytime the 2 villains show up, they are talking in Hindi with each other. The Baba Bajrangi character and Abhimanyu Singh's character, Abhimanyu who plays Baba Bajrangi character and Sukant's character as well. And then in the climax sequence, and correct me if I'm wrong, I've not really sort of consolidated my thoughts on quite coherently. In the like the song that's playing in the background is in Hindi as well. When
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's a weird thing I've noticed and maybe someone in the comments will actually point to why this is, but quite a few Malayalam films that I've seen have one Hindi song for
This
some
one is
reason.
called Phir Zinda.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I've noticed it in quite a few of them.
So my point is that they are talking to an audience that's not just the Malayalam speaking cinema going audience. It's Hindi. So much of it is Hindi. So like, how did you? So anybody who's still living under a rock and is not aware of what has happened is Empuraan came out last week, middle of the week release, and people went and watched the film, and then people realized that the first 20-25 minutes of the film are talking about the 2002 violence that happened in Gujarat, the clashes that happened between the Hindu communities and the Muslim communities, everything. And then one of the set piece, a whole sequence is set within one incident that happened where and it's visceral, it's very violent, and it's very difficult to watch. But if you know anything about that period of time in Indian history, you will realize that this is inspired from real life events. So heavily borrows from what actually happened back in the day. The screen, even like when that whole big song is going on, the opening credit Empuraan song is going on, and the singer is really singing on the top of his voice. The elements on the screen are animated visuals of burning trains, animated visuals of a typewriter on fire, like journalism is being attacked, headlines are coming out about this. My mouth was like on the floor. I couldn't believe that Mohanlal and Prithviraj Sukumaran have put their name. Prithviraj has made this film. Not knowing that this is going to have pushback, I don't buy that.
Yeah, maybe just a miscalculation. They thought it would be less pushback, or they thought people would be mad, but they wouldn't recensor. Has this recensor thing happened, like in your memory, that a film is like gone and released and then they've like ordered these many cuts?
I can't recall. You guys?
No.
No, right?
Apparently, if you have to
Yeah.
change a scene or change anything, then you have to go for a recensor certificate. Like it just has to happen. Like Crazy, which when they redid their last scene or something recently, they must have had to have it recensored because you can't put another version in. But I've never heard of them it being demanded. Like like all the problems happen before the release, right? Rarely.
Yeah.
Must be. Yeah.
Someone called Matar Paneer is asking us to take comments. I don't respond to demands like that. Matar Paneer, sorry. Also your name is Matar Paneer. Anybody who wants to, who's enjoying this conversation, somebody's just commented saying, "Let me get another drink. This is so fun." Please click the like underneath this video. You have to hit the like button if you really want this video to travel anywhere. These are all my friends who keep coming on week after week out of the generosity of their hearts to do these conversations with me, because otherwise I personally, on a personal level, will go mad. I need to have people who understand all of this to talk with as well. Thank you, Manjeet Singh, for liking it. Ishita and Rahul, you guys have not watched Empuraan, no? Have you guys seen Lucifer? Empuraan nahi dekhi na tum dono ne abhi tak?
No.
Yeah.
Not even Lucifer. But like I was reading reviews of Empuraan because of, obviously I knew of the first 20-25 minutes and all. I mean,
Yeah.
except for a few reviews, like, including, I mean, I read Uday's and I read a couple of others. Very few reviews even explicitly mentioned Godra. That also shows how much paranoia is out there among journalists and reviewers themselves. How
Yeah.
they self censor themselves because they're scared of obvious forces and publications, and they don't want to get into the whole thing. So it's a little disappointing to see. I also found myself wondering what would happen if I had to review the film, because I could not mention Godra explicitly. And these are these
Yeah.
small things, right? You can't avoid the first 20-25 minutes of such a film, right? Like, if it's so obvious.
And why should you?
So
It's in the film, and it's your job to talk
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
So
exactly.
just to
And
kind of
huh.
like tell you a little more about the film, so they make the connection also that like the people who are instigating the riots, and the characters played by Abhimanyu Singh and Sukant Goyal, then become politicians, like national level politicians, like in a
Yeah, I read that. Yeah. Yeah.
that. So it's not even like you can't not talk about that in the reviews and all that. Like, it's the whole point of the film, even though the film is not, after that it becomes a fairly standard action film, like
Yeah.
it's like kind of globe-trotting action kind of thing, nothing very ambitious and all that, but
After that, it derails quite spectacularly. With every scene
Good
of
one.
Mohanlal's end, pun not intended. Oh my god, guys.
so many
Not at all.
We are
every
finding new ways to mention Godra here.
No, no,
every
no.
time Mohanlal comes back, they give him an entry scene. It
Every
is
single
so
time. And then, every time he comes in, and I'm like, okay, so at this point, I'm going to give a huge spoiler warning here. Huge spoiler alert. Actually, this is not even a spoiler alert. This is in the promotional materials of the film. Prithviraj shows up in the film himself, right? He shows up as a commando or whatever. Like, this is
there
not a
in the
spoiler.
first film.
Yeah. Acha, sorry. So, मैंने देखी नहीं ना, मेरे को नहीं पता. I was caught by surprise. I wasn't expecting him to show up, and I was very happily surprised that he came in. Anyway, so he comes in, and then you're like, great, wow, very nice. And then a slow motion shot, he's sort of flying in from the sky, and amazing. But then after that, every time I felt like, acha, ab koi naya aayega, because any time that goes into slow motion and you begin to see that somebody is entering the frame, and it's Mohanlal. Every third scene, somebody, like, it slows down again, and then someone, because you like, sometimes you're like, okay, this is fan service, and they're going to bring like some newer people in it, and I'm very excited to see who's going to come next. Every time it's good, it's Mohanlal. Every time it's him. So it also, after a point, it's on nearly 3 hours long, and you're like, I need this to end. I need this to be over like 30 minutes ago.
And they made Torino very boring, which I didn't know was
Tovino.
possible.
Yeah.
Because I like the guy, but
Is that
he's
why Mohanlal agreed to do the film, because of like the 100 entry shots? Because clearly, apparently, he didn't read the script, which I find very difficult to believe.
So what did he say in his apology note? I haven't actually read the apology note. Have you guys read it?
no.
Because
No, just the gist is that he didn't watch the final film or something like that. I don't know.
He was acting in it, but you have to watch it.
But that says so much about superstars in this country, right? It's
But
so
the whole
funny.
conflict of the film is that his whole arc in the film develops around this one Muslim boy that he has sort of taken under his wing when he loses his entire family in the riots, in the massacre, and he takes this boy under his wing, and then that boy turns out to be Prithviraj Sukumar, and you find out, and the whole arc is him bringing Prithviraj face to face with his villains in a manner that the villain at that point has no one left to support him, and then he's like, now he's yours, now deal with this yourself. How can you be like, I didn't watch the film, so I don't know what was happening. Every single scene, every piece of dialogue. In fact, there's a very powerful scene in I think it happens in a graveyard where Mohanlal is talking to a priest. And in that scene, because there's also this whole conversation, the whole flavor of like devil versus God, right? Is called Lucifer, and all of that is also like, what is God, and should you believe in God, and like, it is unsettling to watch as well, because the film is also saying that we have reached a point where to protest against tyranny you have to take up arms. There is no other option left. That is what the film is really saying, that you have to go to the devil, like you have to become a bad person yourself to deal with the everything that's happened and that continues to happen in our world, which is, it's chilling. It's chilling. In one scene, he says to this young boy that there will come a time where your vengeance will not be yours alone. And it's ominous to see that happen. And then, the film is very gory. It's extremely violent. Do I agree with the message of the film? No, absolutely not. But that's what the film is. That's what the movie is saying. And so to make a film that is that complex and saying, so coming to the priest scene where he in that moment he's almost like, don't cry for me. I will, like, don't like, he's basically denouncing his righteous path of religion or whatever, saying that I have to do what I have to do. So for a film that has so many complex layers and commentaries in it, to say I didn't watch the final product, so I don't know what the film is about. How did you show up to shoot these scenes, these lines of dialogue? Which is why I'm not buying any of that. So I think it's like, okay, you did what you did, but I think it's also calculated, like expecting that this is going to happen. So we'll apologize, no problem. I don't know. I mean, I'm talking out of my butt here. I don't know what the facts are.
Can I just say, from like what both of you have described and the film so far, whatever I've heard of, it sounds like a good film. Like, how could they mess that up is what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
it's a good film, and it's a pretty good film in parts, but parts of it are just very generic, and I think it does the globe-trotting thing a little better than Pushpa 2. I'm biased because I really dislike Pushpa 2, but not much better. Like, it's a little bit better. I thought it makes little better use of its whatever foreign locations, or wherever they've, like, at least they say it's foreign location, might be somewhere in India. But thoda sa, it's a little this thing. Oh, there's also like MI6 involved, and if you're a Game of Thrones person, then Bronn of the Blackwater turns up as the head of the MI6.
Yeah. So again, like, it's,
I think we are speaking to non-Game of Thrones watchers.
I am a non-Game of Thrones watcher.
Oh God, all three of you! How is it possible? Three?
I missed that boat and I didn't bother to, like, catch up.
Good. Okay.
I mean, talk about better things, like Dar is re-releasing like this week in theaters or something like that.
Wow. People are saying that he actually didn't say that he has not watched the film. So they're saying that his apology was more on the lines of he did not want to upset any audience members. So that's pretty standard. Vaishnav is also saying that he did not say that he wasn't aware of the movie. So again, I have not read the apology, so I don't know.
But that makes it worse then.
Yeah, see, Vishnu saying Mohanlal did not say that he did not know the story as a friend. It's a friend of him who said it, but later Mohanlal and producer clarified that they knew the story and the script.
Oh man.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not going to then worry about it. My job is not to worry about the apology or the, what they're saying after the film. My job is to talk about the film that I watched. And this is that conversation. Anything else you guys have watched this week? Sorry, Uday.
Sorry, but I was just saying, sad thing is that I think the version that will land up on streaming is probably like the re-censored version and not the original. I don't see that landing up.
I don't understand how they will edit any of this, because it's bookended by the same tragedy. So how to edit that out?
I think they'll just mute all the mentions of the name, and they'll, I don't know. I don't know either. But I mean, they obviously can't take huge chunks, but maybe like small cuts.
It's okay. It's not the first time we've erased history. Okay.
But does Prithviraj, like, does he have a history of doing anti-establishment films?
So, I mean, yes, and no, because then he also, like, his first Hindi co-production or first Hindi production film was that Akshay Kumar starrer Selfie, I think. Wasn't that the first Hindi film that they made?
I don't know, but it was with Akshay Kumar for sure.
Yeah, Selfie, there it is. I'm looking it up.
Wasn't he also in that film where he was the villain? Ali Abbas film, Tiger Shroff. Yeah, wasn't he Prithviraj the villain?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Bullet you have
I mean,
dodged.
he's been associated with other Hindi films earlier as well. I'm looking at some stuff. I don't know, man. Khair. I don't know. What else have you guys watched this week? Rahul,
What? Black Bag?
tell me.
Yeah, Black Bag, very cool. Soderbergh after a while, for me at least. And Fassbender, Blanchett, great cast. I thought it was a very romantic film, even though it was like a spy thriller based in London. Yeah, lot to love about the film. And yeah, it's been a while since I've watched a Soderbergh. Did the second one release in theaters? Presence, like Uday?
No, no,
No.
no, no.
Yeah. I was waiting for that.
What? Anything you've watched, Ishita?
Sorry? Did you say
What have you watched?
I watched Chava today for a piece. I am also watching Studio. Tomorrow the third episode will drop. I'm very excited.
It's
for
very
it.
nice. The first two
It's
episodes are quite
great.
nice.
Yeah.
So good.
Love
Very
it.
good.
Yeah, very exciting. It's like an updated Entourage, with less.
Oh, yeah.
Like we'll see how it goes with the broification of how films are made, but so it's less gross Entourage.
Yeah.
It's more fun, really fun. Episode 2 was incredible. I can't believe that they went into doing a one-shot episode like straight off the bat.
Great.
Uday, have you seen it?
About the one.
Yeah, I have.
What do you think?
Very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable.
Nice.
And I was just watching Adolescence also. I was a little late on Adolescence, so I just
Yeah.
watched it this weekend. So like one takes are now like, dueling one takes are something that I'm very into now. I'm
Uday,
one takes.
did you like Adolescent? Like, since everyone loved it, and it's not your thing to love that everyone else loves.
So that turned me off it, that like you guys were so enthusiastic. And
Totally.
I have complicated feelings about the one take approach which I'm trying to write about.
No. I knew you were going to write about that. I'll cancel your piece as soon as it comes. Get it.
Why do you have strong feelings about the one-take approach? It's so fun to watch.
Does it help? Like, is it supposed to be fun?
No, it's show off.
Which are we talking about? Studio or Adolescent?
Studio. Adolescents I haven't watched.
There I like the idea.
Because it's
There
very
I think-
meta. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're showing you. In both the episodes, the first episode also opens with that Paul Dano
Yeah,
scene
yeah.
where he's saying the same lines that Catherine O'Hara says to him in the end. So fun.
Yeah.
But
there-
adolescents, no.
Adolescence, I don't think it does.
I wrote like 1,300 words on why it works. Like, it's like you're literally doing a counterpoint piece. Can we just argue in private instead of just writing pieces?
This is what happens when we don't meet for a long time, and then we don't have these conversations in person, and we end up writing dueling pieces.
Yes.
Oh God.
Truly.
You guys should have a conversation more often about shit. Like, don't wait for me to like do a live stream to face each other about your conflicting views of cinema.
Problem is, Uday takes his time to watch it before, once us plebs decide whether we like the film or not, or the show or not, then Uday will watch it.
Hilarious.
Can't deny. Yeah, that's true.
You guys, thank you so much once again for doing this with me. Rahul, people can read your reviews on the Hollywood Reporter India website. I'm going to link everything below. And you're also writing occasionally on OTT Play, yes?
Yeah.
Have I missed anything? Anything else?
Nothing else.
Ishita's, all her reviews are on OTT Play, that's right?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, Sena.
No, another recommendation I had was Zakir Khan's stand-up on Prime. It's called Delulu Express. It's very good. It dropped last Friday. So if anyone wants to check it out, they can watch it.
Wonderful. Uday, all of your stuff we can read on Mint Lounge, yes?
Yes.
And please go and buy Uday's book as well, Bullets Over Bombay, if you want to know more about the incredible Ram Gopal Verma film Satya. That book is available to purchase. Bullets Over Bombay. The lovely red cover, the nice design on top. I am right here. मैं कहीं नहीं जा रही हूँ. एक खजूर prunes खा रही हूँ बैठ के. All you have to do is to support me is to subscribe to this channel. I can't believe I've not even hit 150 right now, but I'm trying to get to 150. So please subscribe to the channel. Saloni is watching. She's saying it was so much fun. Saloni is a film critic friend of ours who writes for the AV Club. Focusing mostly on television. Thanks, Saloni, for watching. My name is Sucharita. Bye, friends. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.